So we have developed an application of banking project. Let's see what is in the banking application. Then we'll start with the new topics or new things in the banking application, what we can do with the new things in the Django. So let's see what we have developed till now. So let me log into the I have one environment setup, and that environment is environment banking. So let's go to environment banking first. Okay, so I'm in the banking environment now. Let me run the banking app. So let's go to banking project, and let's run the banking project application. So our server is running. Okay, so our server is ready. In this server, we have yesterday set up one customer app, and that customer app is, let me run that customer app / customer. So this is our app. Inside this customer app, we have one URL, all customer. So these are the data in our URL in our Django application, the data of customer. If I click on any of the customer, I can see the remaining data. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to provide the delete operation also. I want to provide delete operation also on the customer data. So I want delete button somewhere. I want one delete button here, and also I want to add one option to add new customer from here also. This data can also be seen using the admin panel. So I have admin panel. Using the admin panel, I can also explore all the customer data. These are the customer data, and this customer data is also available through to general public without login using this URL, all customer. Now I want one more URL to add a customer to this list of customer through this website. So similarly, all customer, I want one URL, add customer. First of all, let me do it systematically. Let me add one URL here on the main page to go to the next page, that is all customer. Okay, so let's add the URL so that we can link all the pages of the application. So from the first page, let me give one URL to go to customer app. So this page, default page, let's open the code of this application. Banking project first. So let me open the code of banking project. In this banking project, let me go to the banking project views, and here I have index page URL. On the index page URL, let me give one link to go to customer app. So I have updated, I'm updating index page, message equal to message plus, let me add one hyperlink. To go to customer app of the banking project. So I'm linking the things together. I am audible to everyone? Okay. Slash customer slash. Let's put a link on this index page. So I have this link customer app. So if I click on this link, yes, yes. So if I click on this customer link now, I can go to the customer app now. On this customer app's home page, I want to put a link for the next URL. The next URL is all customer. So I want to create this for this URL. I want to create a link on this page, home page of customer app. So similarly, I want to add one hyperlink to the content of home page of customer app. So let's go to the views of customer app. This is views of customer app. In this views, I have index view. In this index view, that is root view of customer app, let me add the link to all customer. Similarly, I want one more view, user interface, one more link to add a new customer, which is not ready till now. We'll be doing creating one more page to add a new customer. Let's run it again. So I have two links, all customer and add customer. On click of definitely. So let me try this. So we have all customer and add customer. And let me run it again. So this is my link, one link, and this add customer is another link, but my page, I have already added add customer in some session, but I will be creating it again to add the details of customer, all the details. So I have all customers which I linked, then I have to create one form to add a new customer. Okay, I have one simple form which only asks for customer name, but I am going to ask customer name, customer age, maybe customer other information like this information, name, gender, account number, balance, all. So I will be creating that. Okay. So let's add a new customer form. So to add a new customer form, what you do is you create a add customer page in your templates. Okay. So you go to customer app, you should put all your HTML pages, all your forms, everything inside that customer app folder inside templates. So every app has its should have its own folder in the template folder. Okay, got it? So let's create a new form inside this customer app, and we will connect this with the let me give the name of a new form. So I am going to create a new form, new file, add underscore customer dot html. Okay, my add customer URL was already linked with some by default content, which you can see here, this content, but I am going to replace this page, this default content, with my new form, which I am going to create in this add customer dot html. So let's create in the add customer dot html. So here let's create a form. So there is a form tag in HTML in which we can create some input fields, put input fields. First let's ask customer name, and to ask customer name we can use input type text field, and name property should be assigned. Value of name property can be anything, customer name, cust name, C name, or name, anything, because this data is submitted to server using this property only. So this is the identifier of data which will be submitted to server. Value empty. Okay. Similarly, let us ask other things. What are the other things we need? So we first check the model, what we have stored in the customer model. So we have stored name, gender, account type, balance, account number, publication date. Publication date, published date will be taken by default from the system. So we need 5 things: name, gender, account type, balance, and account number. So customer name, gender, account type, balance, and account number. Okay, so here gender is radio button. So what we can do here is we can create 2 radio buttons. One is for male, input type radio, and name is gender. So gender will be sent to server using this key gender. Okay, we need one more radio button. The name should be same for both, because user can select any one out of these. Okay, then account type is again set of radio buttons. Account type is again set of radio buttons because we have 2 options only: savings and current. So first option is savings, second option is current. Here value is male and here value is female. Here value is savings here value is current. So we have created the input selection for account type also. Balance, the default value is 0, account number default value is 0 again. Then let's submit this data to server, so we need one button. So we take one button here, input type, submit. So we need submit button whenever input type button is not required here. In place of input type button we need submit button to submit this content to server. Okay. Yes. Yes. We need to change the name in here in account type. So let's say it is ACC type. Similarly for balance, it is balance. For account number, let's say ACC underscore NO. Okay. Now this form can be submitted to server using either HTTP GET request or HTTP POST request. So let us use the POST request so that the data is not visible on the URL. So we use here method equal to POST, and this data can be submitted to the same URL add customer or maybe to different URL. So we will make some code in the views section to receive this data, this form data, and put this data in the database. So let's say the name of the code and the URL of that code views function is add. So we pass that name in action part. That add function will handle this data. Okay, add function will handle this data. So we write here name of the function which will handle the data, or name of the URL that will handle this data. Got it? So this is done. Now let us link this add customer with that URL add customer. By default add customer shows this, but we now want that new form. So let's make some changes in the views add customer, and if it add customer is not there in your code, you can recreate it. So I am just want to render that HTML page, and to render that HTML page, what I am doing is I am using the return render request and my page is in template, and template has a folder customer app, and the file in that customer app is add underscore customer dot html. Okay. Now let's check if it works, but we should check the urls.py if this add customer is linked or not. So we go to urls.py and we know that add customer is already linked. So if it is not there, you should put a path like this. So let's run the project again, just to refresh it, and let's check if our URL links us to that page. So if I click on add customer, it shows me that page. Okay, customer name, this balance, account number. Okay, now if I put some data here, let's say Manoj, mail, savings, some balance, account number, this data will go to that add URL, but there is no add URL which can handle this data, so I have to create a function that will receive all this data. So let's create another function that will receive the data. So let's create a function which will receive the data. Function to receive and process, function to receive and process add customer form data. So let's define a function name add. Since we are posting the data using post request, so there is no extra parameter received here. Don't need to put the extra parameters here. We'll receive the parameter using the post. We just need to find the name of that parameters. So I can receive that parameters using name equals to request, the request object, this request object dot post, and in the square bracket I will get that parameter. Okay, so let me show you the add customer HTML again. We should remember these parameters: name, gender, account type, balance, account number. So these all are received in this using this. So name, similarly gender, balance, account type, SEC type, account number, okay. So this is how we can fetch all the data submitted to this URL. Now what we do is we create object of customer model now. So we have already import for customer model. So we put all this data in a customer model. So customer equal to object of customer with the parameters. So name, I have one name parameter, I have to check in the model. These are the attributes of customer: name, gender, account type, balance, account number, pub date. So let's again go to views.py and now pass this data to this customer model. Name equals to name. This is the attribute name of customer model and this is the value received here in the post request. Then gender equal to gender. Then balance equal to balance. Then account number. Now you should match with the attribute declared in the model. Account number equal to SEC number, and account type equal to ACC type and pub date equal to, and I need to import the time zone because I want to save the current date. So let's import time zone. Let's import it here. It can be import at the top also. So from Django dot util import time zone. So we can assign time zone dot now to this publication date. So this is how we created the customer. Now we execute customer dot save to save this customer object in the database. But if there is some failure, in the database, it may generate some error. So to handle that error, we can use try catch here. So before I save, let's put all these things in a try block. Okay, and if there is an error, we can catch that error. In the except block. Okay, so let's prepare a custom message here. So message by default empty, and if it is saved successfully, I can make message customer data saved. And if there is an error, I can write here message equal to customer data save failed. Try again. Now I can send this message to forward this message to the same page. I can display this data to same page. So to display those data to same page, or you can again call the add customer HTML, where you can display the message at the bottom of this page, the data is saved or not. So I am going to pass this again to the same customer page. So I put it here in a context global object. It can be anything. So here I can put in a message. So context is just a dictionary which I am going to pass to the new URL. Before I render that, so message, and message object name is message. So let's pass this. So just render again the same page. Render again the same page on which the form is there. So request and let's give the path of same page, that same form. So customer app slash add customer dot html, and let's pass this context also. From that context, this page can retrieve this message and display it. So we again go to this add customer page. There we can retrieve that message in the script section, here we can write if message, that if message exists, let's say in H4, in the scripting section. So let me again give you the flow. When user click on this form submit button, this all data will go to the add function. Assume that all data go to this add function, and this data is received here, and this data is put in the customer model, and customer model is saved. Okay, if the save is successful, the message is customer saved. And if any failure due to any problem, then the message customer data save failed. This message, we forward this message to again the same form, add customer. So when it is forwarded to add customer HTML, that add customer HTML page check if that message exists, and if message exists, just display in the H4, inside H4 tag. Now let us create URL for this add. So we go to urls.py and we add one URL. Add okay. Now let's run this and check if works. So let me again go to main banking project. From there I can go to customer app. There I can click on the add customer. So let's first check we have how many customers. We have 4 customers. Let's add one more customer. Okay, so there is some problem here in the syntax. Let me check what is there, what is the problem there.
Sir, instead of angular brackets, it must be curly braces.
Yes, sorry. So now let's put the customer name. And all data. If I click on submit, there is one token required because I am trying to access that page through some URL, some function through that URL. So I have to put one CSRF token verification. So for that purpose, I have to put CSRF underscore token element inside that form. So it can be put anywhere. Let me put in the inside here. CSRF underscore token. Okay. So this is for some security. Cross-site request forgery security. So let me refresh the page again. Let me again submit the data. So this data is submitted or not, it should be presented here. The form is here, so let me check, but the message should be here. I think message is not here, maybe there are some problem. So let me go to all customer. Yes, I have the Kunal data. I have the Kunal data. So data is submitted. So maybe there I made some mistake. Okay, so there is 3S I have added here. And in the views I have message with the 2S. Okay, got it. So let's run it again and check. So let us one more customer record. So customer data saved. So let's go back. And check how many customers we have. So this is how we can submit the form data to server using this mechanism. There are other mechanism as well. So this is the simple mechanism that based on the things we have learned till now. Now let's try to delete. Let's try to delete any of this record through some again delete functionality. So let me put a delete button in front of these elements, in front of these rows. Let me put one delete element, delete button. So what I want is, when I render this customer, I want to put a delete link along with this. So here let me add one href to delete. Okay, so I want this link. So to delete, I have to create a delete user interface. So like I have created a link customer ID. In the same way, I can create a similar link to delete, and let the link. So to since this is to view that data based on its ID, and this link is to delete the data based on ID. So I have to add some different URL. So I make it some bit different. So I add one delete sub path, sub URL to it. Okay, so delete is this sub URL. So whenever we get a URL like customer 23/delete, it should delete 23 customer. If we have a URL like customer/45/delete, it should delete 45 customer 45. Okay, or if it delete operations may be confusing, I can write it like customer underscore delete. So let's make this as a URL. So let's go to first urls.py, and similar to open the customer detail, we can create a URL for detail delete also. Everyone? Okay. So I have this scenario now. If I click on all customer, I have this delete button now. On click of this delete button, I want to delete. So on click of delete button, this URL, this new URL is created, customer/3 customer delete. Or if I click on this delete button of Manish account, it is customer/6 of customer delete, so it should delete the 6th customer. So let's create a function and connect with this kind of URL. So I go to urs.py and here I create a path first for customer underscore delete, and let's connect a customer underscore delete function which is not there, but I am going to create it. So I will be creating a function with the name customer dot delete in the views. So let's go to views.py and here let's create a function customer underscore delete and this customer underscore delete will get the customer ID, and using that customer ID will fetch the customer object, will fetch that customer, using that customer ID will fetch that customer object. So to fetch a particular object you have a function get obj, get object or 404 of type customer using the customer ID primary key. So you get that particular customer object whose ID is available in the URL, this 6. Okay, now you can delete it. So the delete operation, again you should put the delete operation in the try catch. So again I will do the similar thing. I create a message and this time I will delete the customer. So to delete the customer I have delete function. Okay, and the message is, let's say, customer deleted and customer deletion failed, and response to this. So in the message I can write here message equal to message plus, and I combine this message with one hyper reference that says just go back. After it says this, so message br and the new line I put hyper reference, and I can connect this to the back page, and the back page I can connect using all customer, but all customer is not inside the same path. So I have to move path one forward, that is here, and one more forward. So I have to write here dot dot one back and dot dot one more back. Okay, from the current path. So let's try this if it works. Now I click on delete of Megha. Context is not defined, so I have to render this message only. I have to render this message only. So to render this message only, I can use HTTP response like this, because I am not going to render any template, so I will render only that message. Now I am going to delete this Kunal, then now customer deleted, then back. On click of back, I will again go to all customer. Then I delete Mohit, then back, I will go again to this. So this is how I can